New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls.
It's more than practical.
Here come the girls.
Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello. Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Hi, Natacha.
Yes, I'm Dr. Nat. Hi, Robyn. I'm Dr. Natacha Wilson, all the way in Australia. And the lovely Robyn Rice Olmsted. You are where these days?
I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
So it's Valentine's Day here.
Yeah, it'll be Valentine's Day here tomorrow. Is it as big a deal over there as it is here?
Not really. Not really. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the only holidays that are kind of like a big deal, as big of a deal as it is in the US, would be like Christmas, and then I would say Easter. I was very upset to learn that Halloween has just started growing in popularity, because that's my favorite holiday.
Nice. Nice. Well, I feel like Valentine's Day is such a merchandising opportunity here. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not so sure how much it really goes back to that love and friendship and all of that. But I don't know. It could also be because I'm not in, grade school, because it was a much bigger deal then.
That's true.
Yeah.
My 7-year-old and my 9-year-old, both this morning when I dropped them off to school, asked if I would be their Valentine. And I said, of course.
That's so sweet. So they do a thing at school,
They
like they
do.
give out Valentine's.
Yeah,
Nice.
they do. I mean, I don't know if they give out Valentines, but like like amongst the younger generations, Valentine's is like kind of becoming a thing. Same thing with Halloween. Yeah. Like my partner said, like when he was growing up, like nobody celebrated Halloween. So it's been imported from our neck of the woods. So
Yeah. It is a good merchandising opportunity. You can't deny that.
Yeah. How you been feeling, Robyn?
Oh, okay. Pretty good. I mean, pretty good, all things considered. I went to the chiropractor today. I think I was trying to think, like last week. I went to the chiropractor last week on this days, because we're going Tuesday, Thursdays, my Tuesday, Thursday in America. And I was thinking, I think that's why I felt so ambivalent and so whatever during the show. I think on any given day, like when you go for body work, how it moves through you, and brings up different things and all of that. So I think that was part of it. But today I'm feeling a lot more present, because it can be exhausting.
Yeah. Do you mean like getting body work done can be exhausting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It is exhausting. I mean, yeah.
But other than that, I am good.
Okay.
Look, we have a Valentine request. Thanks, New Thought Media Network. They're asking us to be their Valentine.
Yeah.
That is,
I don't even really know what it means to be someone's Valentine. Like, what does that mean, actually?
mm. Well, I'm sure that our producer can look up exactly where that phrase came from. I can't because I'm on
Okay.
my tablet, but I think,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, I mean, I've always interpreted it to be, "Would you be my love?" You know, would you be
Mm.
the one?
Oh, okay.
You know, and
Okay.
when we were in grade school, obviously it was a little bit different. But I mean, I think for me, that my understanding when I was younger like that, in the Mexican culture or in Mexico, it's not called Valentine's Day. It's called Day of Friendship. That's what it translates
Mm-hmm.
to. And so it's more
Mm.
just about your friends and honoring that relationship.
Mm. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, culturally, I'm sure it's different everywhere, but I think like I think other cultures do a lot more around the friendship aspect,
Mm.
at least than I think we did. I mean, until recently with Galentine's Day, right?
Mm.
Are you?
Galentine's Day?
Oh, you don't know what that is?
No,
That's
is that the origins? Is
no, that's the Galentine's Day is like your latest day out opportunity. I don't know when it started, but I would say within the last 10 years. For single people that didn't have a Valentine. So you
ah.
get your girlfriends together and it's Galentine's Day and you go out, you celebrate. So
Ah. Now I know
I,
when I lived in Chicago, there was something called Sweetest Day that I had never heard of, or Sweeties Day, or something like that. I don't know. But but people would then do things for their friends on that day. But that was the
nice.
thing in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I feel like um I'm in a really my field of work is really taking on new meaning these days. I don't like the stuff that folks are sort of presenting with. I think this is the most I've worked with people to look directly at the way what is happening politically is affecting their emotional life. I don't think I've ever, not even during COVID, do I think there was that much sort of examination between those two worlds, right? Sort of like what's happening on the macro or political level and how that's showing up in people's personal lives. I feel like this is the most I've done that. So it's been very interesting.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I think that yeah, I do think it's a whole different thing than COVID. I mean, I find a lot of people really well, I so many people just in fear and not even exactly sure what they're in fear of, but I think they're also just feeling everything that's going on. And I had an interesting experience the other day with someone um,
Mm,
talking about that they quit their job of 9 years that they were promised. They were brought to the company to move up in the company, and because the person was going to be leaving, that's in
mm,
charge, and then the person has never left and doesn't
mm,
act like they want to leave. And there's a lot of there's a lot of similarities between the current regime and that it's very passive aggressive and very like everyone sees the person as this amazing enlightened being, and the truth is there's a lot going on behind the scenes that
mm,
don't line up with that. And so we
mhm,
were we were just having a conversation about how the person that went there, moved their life, bought a house in a new city, blah 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 blah, um, quit, gave her
mm.
notice,
Okay.
and and it's interesting. Because I equated it with what's going on. I was like, well, yeah, how can this is the microcosm of the macrocosm, right? How are we going to
Mm.
live in the craziness and live in the deceit and live in the, broken promises and crazy world
Mm.
and really be in integrity with what we want out there? You know what I mean? Does that make
Mm.
sense?
Mhm. It does.
Yeah.
It does. It
I
does.
feel, I feel we have a breaking report coming in.
Yes, we have
Oh,
breaking news from the flight deck here.
he's
Yes, the importance of asking, "Will you be my Valentine?" Uh, it says simply asking someone to be your Valentine is has rich emotional significance. It's more than just a simple question. It's an invitation to share a moment of romance, whether you're in the early stages of a relationship or celebrating years together. The small but heartfelt gesture can set the tone for Valentine's Day, ensuring it's memorable for both parties. There's other information, but that's the answer to your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See, that's why I get paid the big bucks here.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And that explains why I run away from Valentine's Day, screaming with my head. Yeah.
All right. All of that said, it must be time for us to pull a card.
Are you pulling today? Because all I have are my tarot cards. Well, oh no, I have Oracle deck too, I guess here. But I know you have like tons of really cool cards.
I do, but you're pulling today.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull from the Oracle deck. So just it's from the Dancer or the Cosmic Dancer Oracle deck.
So
Let's
I
see
think
what
we
we
should.
got here.
I think we should pose a question of some sort.
Okay, what's your come up with the question, and we'll ask for guidance.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it should either be Valentine related or not.
Mm. I'm very resistant to romantic love right now, so you better ask the question.
Okay, so let's just ask. Let's just ask what is seeking to emerge for us this week.
All
That's
right, sounds
generic
like a
enough.
plan. Thank you. All right, and so it says sparkle and shine.
Oh, that again.
No, we never got that one before. Actually, I want to see what it says in the little book here. Hang on, it's 26. Let's see what it says in the little book. I don't think we've ever gotten sparkle and shine.
No,
So
I
it
don't think
says
we have either. But I just feel like
no.
my whole life is about sparkle and shine.
Oh, that's good, right?
Yeah, it's not bad. But sometimes it feels like work
Mm, mm.
when I
Okay,
don't
well,
want it.
listen to this. Let's listen to this. It says, let the moon's luminous glow, a star's steadfast sparkle, or the sun's golden rays of warming fire. You have a unique light to shine, and you are encouraged to do this now. It's time for you to claim the lead role in your life. No more hiding in the wings or playing small. It's time to show up big, to be seen, heard, and to radiate your gorgeous brilliance for the world to see. While it's natural to have inhibitions, now is the time to transform them in the chalice of your heart's purifying flame. Reframe fear as excitement. Reframe shyness as reticence, as opportunity to move out of your comfort zone and to feel all the exhilaration that comes with being seen, known, and recognized for who you really are. You
Mm.
have a right to take up both physical and energetic space. Who you are matters. What you say matters. What your heart of hearts so deeply wants to express matters. As such, honor your unique gifts and talents as well as your beautiful voice in all forms of self expression. Share them, express them with joy, and spread your personality and beauty like shooting stars across the sky.
Mm.
There's plenty of space for all beings to show up in the full flowering of who they are. Be brilliantly shining and sharing your unique ray. you naturally support others in doing the same. I'll take a break and just let you take all that in because there's like a whole nother page. What does that bring up for you, dear Robyn?
Well, what it actually brought up was I was watching as people were joining in on the show, and I was just thinking, it's so true for all of us. It's so true of everyone who shows up to listen, whether it's for a few minutes or the whole show. It's like I feel like I feel like that's especially important to know in this time that absolutely everything we do makes a difference. I mean, that's how it speaks to me. So welcome to all of you joining. That's what comes up. How about you?
Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I think the section that says who you are matters, what you say matters, your heart of hearts so deeply wants to express, what your heart of heart wants to express matters. I think for myself, when I think about my own spiritual journey and consciously being on my spiritual journey, because I think we're all on a spiritual journey, right? But consciously, that one of the things that I discovered very early on was that I did not feel that I mattered. And what I've learned in my work with other people is that that's a wound that so many of us carry. And so, yeah, I don't know. I read that and it just reminds me to remember that my existence matters. And that's true for all of us. Who we are matters. Who we are matters at our core. And not because we've done anything special or we accomplished anything in particular, but because life took the time to create us. And that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually brings up, I mean, maybe because we were having this conversation a little bit before about everything going on in the world right now, but it brings up that we all make a difference. And like, especially when we think, oh, we can't do anything about this or about that. It reminds me of, there's a Matthew Fox quote that I will paraphrase, but it's something like, if you think you're too small to make a difference, just think about that mosquito that's flying around your head when you're trying to sleep. And just that, that constant buzzing, and that even though it's the tiniest little thing, but it can, ruin your whole night. I mean, and obviously we can always use our powers for good, but it's so true. It's like nobody and nothing is too small to make a difference. So
that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I think it might be a good.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think we should take a break and then come back and think a little bit about romantic love and what that means in the context of spirituality and spiritual growth.
Yeah, and maybe how love can make a difference as well.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's take a break and come back and join in the conversation with us. We'd love to hear what you think. And go grab something to drink or whatever you do and come right back here on New Thought Media Network. We'll see you in a minute.
Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for being part of the New Thought Media Network. Please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls.
It's more than practical.
Here come the girls.
Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello, welcome back. You are watching Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Yes,
I'm
you
Robyn.
are. I'm Dr. Natacha Wilson. Sorry, I just pulled the tarot card and it was the Four of Cups. I know cups have to do with emotions. So I just wanted to have a quick look to see what it meant.
So if you're joining us for the first time, we have just pulled our card of the week, which was Sparkle and Shine. And now Dr. Natacha is diving deeper into the possibilities of what it all means. So if you are listening to find the key to what it all means, the key to life, you are in the right place.
Yes, the key to life is rainbow zebra earrings. That's the key to life. That said, I do know just for my own that four is about foundations, cups is about emotions, but that's about all I know. So it says upright Four of Cups means meditation, contemplation, apathy, and re-evaluation are the themes.
Well, God knows there's a lot of emotion around the foundation right now. So I mean,
and apathy for some of us, yes.
Just in the simplest basic form, there is all of that happening.
You know what's interesting in this figure, because this is the traditional tarot. It's like there's this hand coming out of the cloud, which I guess is supposed to be the hand of divine, offering to this person sitting under a tree a chalice, a cup. Cup is about emotion. And this person is sort of sitting with their arms folded, meaning like they're not interested in taking this cup. And yet there are three cups sitting at this character's feet. So it's interesting for me in particular because I know I was saying, like, I've just been avoiding all things that have to do with romantic love. But I know that that is the season that we're in terms of Valentine's Day. But I was wondering if it brought up anything for anyone else. Are you, Robyn?
You know, it's interesting because I've been married now over 20 years, and which is crazy. But I was thinking about it because I was like, I don't know if this is true for everyone, but it's like there are different levels of attachment that I have to these holidays now, you know?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, like I really try. Oh, I hear Yoda, try is a lie. But I do really, I really, and I don't even
There is no try. There's
really
only
try.
do, according to Yoda.
Right. And I've never seen one of those movies. I've only heard. But I, you know, but I do, I look at like my attachment to it, you know, like the holidays used to be super important to me. Like all those things and like, yes, Valentine's, something should be planned and la 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 la. And okay, hopefully my husband's not watching this show, so or doesn't. But like yesterday, I was like, "Oh yeah, Valentine's." Oh, and I happened to like get an announcement from Amazon about a a discount on a box of Reese's peanut butter cups. I was like, "Okay, that's good. That'll work," you know. And I was like, "Oh God, where has my romanticism gone?" You know, and I do, as cheesy and corny as it may seem, I do feel like we do those things for each other all year long, you know, that
Mm.
and there's still that part of me that goes, yeah, but this is the day that marks it and it should be special. So
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, I say all that to say that it's interesting. It's just interesting for me and confusing. And I'd love to hear from anyone else out there about, I don't know, do the holidays change with age? Because I feel the same way about Christmas in that I'm like, uh, it's really important to me. And every year I'm relatively disappointed because it's not as important to almost anyone in our house. But yeah, I'm still like, the stockings are the
Mm.
most important part. It's like, I still believe that the spirit of Santa fills fills the stockings. And so it's super important to me that like there's fun things in the stockings. So I don't know, I get really tripped up around this. And so it's just interesting.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I don't know. My 9-year-old said to me this past Christmas, "Mom, you're Santa." I was like, "Okay, yeah." She's like, "But we won't let Macy know," which is my 7-year-old. And I said, "That's fine. We won't let her know." I think the other thing is, I don't know. I'm really interested in this sort of resistance that I have in me right now around romantic love. But and it's also interesting to talk to someone who's been married for 20 years. It's like my parents, they've been married for 40 years. Like I am now too old to ever be married to anyone, probably for 20 years,
You are
let
not.
alone 40.
You are not.
Robyn, I am 48. If I'm married to someone for 40 years, that means I would need to get married this year and I would need to be with him until I'm 88. That's probably not going to happen.
It's probably not going to happen this year, but it doesn't mean it couldn't happen. And it doesn't mean you're not going to live to 110 or 98 for that matter.
Okay. All
It is
right. I
interesting, though,
love
that
when you're the optimist. I love when Robyn is the optimist. It's nice. Ah!
well, and what, so I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because, like, is that, you know, there's benefits to all of it, isn't there? Like,
Mm, what do you
maybe
mean?
maybe we're not supposed to be married for 40 years. I mean, all of us anyway.
Yeah, definitely not me. And I'm okay with that. But I still admire like my parents. My parents have been together for over 40 years. I don't even understand that. Like my brain breaks. So, and even when I hear you say you've been married for like over 20 years, like
I
that's
know.
amazing. Because that means like you've managed to figure out how to meld your life with another being and still somehow be who you are. That's
Well,
incredible.
thank you. Yes, it is. And that brings up the question I think that our fabulous producer brought up about, or one of us fabulous people, but I think it was him, about if, you know, does your partner, for me, this brings it up anyway, does your partner not have to be, but have to be spiritual? If you're spiritual, does your partner have to be spiritual? And I that comes up for me because, first of all, yes, we have been married. It'll be, I guess, 23 years this year. And does that mean it's perfect? No. You know, and does your partner have to be spiritual? It's a really good question, because I know for us in the beginning, spirituality sort of felt like the roadblock to us being together. I mean, because we were coming from two different faiths, first of all, and our philosophies or whatever. And I mean, I remember one day Gil said to me, you know, I really need someone who's going to be spiritual in my life. And I can remember where I was sitting. We were in the car, and I looked at him like, "Oh, you are kidding me! If you're talking about me not being spiritual enough, oh no." You know, I was like, "Oh, brother, you don't know what you're asking for." We laugh about it now, because I'm like, "Yeah, am I spiritual enough for you?" You know, but I mean, it was an interesting journey, because his version was way more like, it was funny, because when we first got together, you know, I knew he really liked me and everything, but I could see and hear his brain thinking like, she's good, she's nice, but she really needs to be saved. And I literally looked at him one day, and I was like, I was like, if you think I need to be saved, just forget it, because I am whole, perfect, and complete. And, you know, there is no right or wrong. I used to make his head spin, because he'd be like, what the hell is she saying, that there's no right and wrong? And she's, you know, but yeah, I mean, and I get it. I get that with his beliefs at the time, you know, or his interpretation of the law and the Bible and all of those things, you know, I get it that he was worried, you know, because he liked me and he thought I needed something else, you know, but it took us a hot minute to get through the different, you know, interpretations of what is going on in the world, and how, you know, interpreting what he believed and what I believed. Thank God I finally saved him. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, everyone. No, but I mean, literally, it was a challenge. It was different for him. It was really different. And so I also say that to say, if we weren't on the same track, if we didn't have the same, because at the time we aligned it to go, we knew we were getting married even before we met in the physical, because we met on the phone, and we would talk about, you know, well, what are we going to do if we have kids? Well, they'll go to both churches and they'll learn about both things. And, you know, it was very idealistic, and very cordial. But if we had been on different, if we couldn't have the conversations we have now because we had different views, I think it would be really hard. I don't think we would have lasted, you know. Yeah. Takes the special person to be the spouse of a minister. Yeah, it does. I mean, but it's not. I mean, he's an easy person to be married to in terms of his givingness. But that's the thing about it too. I think in a good spiritual marriage, I mean, they're all spiritual, but like it's really good when it's good. But it's so good that when it's not good, it's really bad. Like those moments like where we disagree or have a fight or something comes up, I feel like it becomes magnified. Because the other part of the world, I mean, the other part of the time you're living in this shared, it's all good field of life. Anyway, I didn't mean to ramble, but I did.
No, that's good. It's good. I'm taking notes, actually. I don't know why I'm taking notes, but I am.
It's for when you meet the next person.
No, I think it's because
that's gonna be with you.
No, I am that cat lady. Like, I think that is my destiny. Like, I'm going to raise my girls and have cats. And I will meditate with my cats, and we will frolic in the forest together in my little cabin. I think that's my destiny. And I will listen to the stories of people like you and feel warm and fuzzy about the future of humanity.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it really, really, I think it depends on what you want, And I think, if you
I
want.
want peace, Robyn. I want peace. I want peace. That's what I want. I want peace, and I want to to be who I am in the fullest extent of that. And yeah, I think for that to happen, I am the cat lady.
Well, I guess that certainly makes it easier in a lot of ways, Do you
Yeah,
think
I'm the
so in
cat
your
lady.
previous relationships, how do you think spirituality like that has played a role?
I don't think I've made it a central point in my past relationships. Unfortunately, I think I went more for like the haka, don't get me started. Like I was like, but that's not true. I think that there's been more focus on my sort of intellectual connection with people and less on my spiritual connection with folks. And yeah, I thought I did different this time. I thought there was more or a deeper spiritual connection. I think there's always a spiritual connection. I think it's is it conscious or not? And I thought it was more conscious this time. But I think what I'm realizing is that if I am to be with another human being, Homo sapien sapien, then we need to share our, like, there needs to be a faculty, a shared experience or of spirituality. Otherwise, look, I'm the cat lady. And cat
Yeah,
ladies are cool.
I think the thing that I think, yes, I think that cat ladies are cool. And I think that for me, I think you're right. I mean, I think for me anyway, that the spirituality in a relationship is also an invitation for growth. And you have,
What? I miss what you said. I miss what you said, Robyn. You think spirituality is what?
a spirituality in a relationship is an invitation for growth. I think it gives you like it gives you equal, like it's almost like it gives you a whole nother playing field in that you're on in terms of like an equal grounds playing field. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm the cat lady, and um, yeah, cats are sacred.
Yes, they are. All right. Okay.
But I have my lovely daughters, and I know everybody's like, oh, they're gonna grow up, and then you're gonna want a companion, and then I'm like, okay, that's where the cats come in.
But I, you know, the
Happy
truth of
Valentine's Day, Natasha.
the truth of the matter, though, is really whether you're a cat lady or not. I mean, and on the one hand, this is the beautiful thing about relationship is that you are in a relationship. You're in a relationship with spirit. You're in a relationship with the divine. And
Amen.
I know that sounds, like, yeah, but I want a physical person to some.
No, 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 no.
And
That's beautiful.
and I think, at the end of the
I
day, if
date
you
Jesus. I date
okay,
Jesus.
but at the end of the day, oh, I dated Jesus. I'll have to tell you about that. But at the
Oh,
end of the
please.
day, at the end of the
Did he
day,
pay for dinner?
oh, yes, he did. I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship with the divine and you're loving the one, which is yourself, then you're going to
Mm,
be happy and content. So whether you're, you have a mate to come home to, or you have cats to come home to, you're going to be doing what you want to do. You're going to be out dancing. You're going to be fulfilled through your creative endeavors, through your work, through all of those things. And I don't
mm,
know that there's really that missing if you don't want it. I mean, I know plenty of people want it, and then there's a missing,
mm.
but I mean, if
Yeah,
it's not
no, there's no
important,
missing.
like people always ask me, how did you get Gil? How did you come to that relationship? And I was not focused on it at all. Like they're like, oh,
Mm,
if you hadn't gotten him, I would have been fine.
yeah,
Maybe I
yeah.
might have been sad. I might have wanted a relationship at some points in time, but at the end of the day, I was pretty okay with me.
Mm, mm. I think that's just it. Like honestly, like I'm okay with me. And I feel like this particular Valentine's Day, like if it means anything, it's really helping me see like I truly am okay with me. Finally. Finally. And yeah, I do want cats. So, but I don't want cats right now because my children are 9 and 7. So maybe when they're 12, I'll get cats.
What does their age have to do with it?
Because they can stay home alone, like at 12. Like right now, it's like I've even like I'm not even dancing. I've stopped doing dance because dance all happens at night, and I don't want to leave my kids with anyone. Like they really are my loves. My children are
Okay.
my loves. And so, but I do know that they will grow up, and that my daughter, my 7-year-old, has already told me. She's already said she's growing up, she's getting married, and she's having kids. She's already told me that. So I'll just I'll be a grandma at some point. But for now, like they are my Valentine, and I do want cats. I haven't had cats because I have a dog with anxious aggression, and so I can't have a dog. I can't have a cat because
Gotcha.
my dog would hurt my cat. So, but it's on the horizon. It's me and Taylor Swift all the way. Me and Taylor Swift all the way. Cat ladies du jour.
Yeah, except it appears she's found a mate.
Well, yeah, but you can, and I don't have a problem with that. Like, I just don't think like traditional marriage. I've done it. Like, I've been married. I don't even know how many times. So clearly, I've tried. It's not like I haven't tried. Um, so, but I haven't tried being spiritually sort of yoked in that way with anyone. So I don't know. for now, cats and my kids. That's the focus. Those are my Valentines. And then we'll see in 10 years if I'm still holding up. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, you just have to come to the answer of, is it important to have someone spiritual in your life?
Yes, it is. But they don't have to be my lover.
Well, they don't have to be right now, but later on if you decide. It's a good benefit
But
to
they
have
have to
them.
be a good lover. See, that's the issue. Is that sometimes with spiritual people, they have like these hang-ups around sexuality. I don't really want to deal with that. Okay? I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that.
Okay. Noted. We got it.
Okay. All right. So all y'all out there, if y'all think y'all know somebody that would be a nice connection for Dr. Natacha Wilson, you need to ask them, do they have sexual hang-ups? I can't do it anymore. Okay? I'm done. Happy Valentine's Day.
All right. So you now know what you're looking for if you're searching for Dr. Natacha. And she by no means meant that if you were spiritual, you had sexual hangups, because
No, you got to have the two things together. Spiritual and no sexual hangups. You need to be sexually free inside of yourself, sexually liberated,
I
willing to
got it.
explore. Yeah, like no, like stuff. I'm so over it.
I got it. I just didn't want anyone to be offended by the way you said it, because it sounded like spiritual people had sexual hangups. But I got it. We're
No,
not.
non-spiritual people do too. Oh my goodness.
And while we're looking and letting you know about things that are possible, be sure to tune into Michael Mangus's show Friday night for Fireside Chat, because
Because he has no sexual hangups.
none at all, and he will have a rip-roaring show. So neither do his guests. He pre-screens. So join him at News About Media Network. All right. Well, I'm
All
so
right.
glad we've covered all that. I'm not sure we can do any more here today. We may be coming to a
I'm okay
close
with
right
that.
now.
Sounds
So
great. Are you
going out
praying
into
us out?
I was just going to ask a final question.
Mm.
So since we're redefining this time of love,
Mm.
what exactly it would be your prayer of love for the world? What would be your words of wisdom to send out into the ethers?
I think my words to send out to the ethers is like, may we all know the brilliance of our own light and the brilliance of our own existence. May we find a way to engage this world that we're finding ourselves in by remembering that we have every single right to feel whole and complete within ourselves. I think I'm thinking of the politics of pleasure here. May we use our light as a liberating force for the world. Ashe.
Mm, beautiful, beautifully said. So that's what we're sending out into the world. I feel like you prayed. That's, I just said by my words and my uh, uh, charge for the world is truly to stand in remembering exactly who and whose you are, and to
Mm-hmm.
know that whether you are single, married, coupled, thrupled, whatever it is, you are loved,
Ooh, drop.
and you are love in action, and that it is just truly time to stand in that and share that with the
Mm.
world.
Mm.
So
Amen.
happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Galentine's Day. Whatever you celebrate, just do it with love.
Mm-hmm.
And
We'll see
we'll
you
see you
next
next
week.
week. Sounds good. Okay. See you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.